Hi. I'm gonna do this mashup video relatively quickly for this time, I guess, kind of. This is my 9 month update, because 9 months was like 2 weeks ago, um, on hormones, and my 1 month surgical post-op thing, because it's been exactly 1 month. Today's third, and it's awesome. So, surgically, I'm doing incredibly well. I'm not running around shirtless because my nipples are still healing. So I put Aquaphor and gauze to tape it down because I'm like, y'all are gonna heal one way or another. I don't need any complications. So that's like dealing with that. Um, and I'm supposed to stay into the vest until another 2 weeks. So on Valentine's Day, I can get out, not like I'm doing anything. But I can then only wear it at night or when I exercise. So that's pretty cool. The way that he cut my incisions, I have like smallish kind of pec type things going on, which is nice because it fits my body type. Um, so the incisions on my actually on my chest are underneath of them. So I'm going to the gym in like half an hour, 45 minutes. So 6 months, a year from now, if I decide I'm gonna like work out intensely hard, I'm gonna get like hardcore, and I'm gonna like a black Wolverine or something. Um, the incisions wouldn't be as noticeable because they're underneath the contour of the pec that he designed. So it's like, yay, that's awesome. The skin's healing really well, which is nice. I can pretty much sleep on my chest mostly. I still use pillows just to ease the tension, so it's really nice. They're healing relatively nice. My wonderful chesticle op thing. I don't know what's going on with that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And as for hormones, I did post something because my dose has been increased, and people were like, "Wow, that's relatively high." I went from 100 milligrams a week to 150, and the reason for it is that in this last month, everyone's body's different, and so you hear guys talk about how testosterone affects their bodies. And honestly, when I look at you, I don't even pay attention to people's like transition videos on YouTube anymore because most of them tend to be very um pro tea and like the benefits of tea, but they don't tell you about what it could do, what the cons are, or they don't really throw them out there sometimes. And in my experience, since being on tea, my body's incredibly sensitive. It's the kind of insensitive that if I decide that I'm going to eat nothing but fried food for like 2 days, it just has to be 2 days, that my sweat changes and my urine changes in a matter of 2 days, and it's very noticeable to me. Like I can literally I can tell, and it's weird, and I'm just like, this was not my life beforehand. I could literally just eat vegetables, like pretty much all vegetables, no fried foods, like meat twice a day for 3 days, and it's like my body's completely like been cleaned out. It's really interesting. It's much more reactive now than it was beforehand. Um, and so I have to be really careful because it's like I said, I could just change my diet for 2 days and my body does a complete 180 and I can really notice it. So going through surgery and having 9 pounds removed from my chest, it was 8 to 9 pounds removed from my chest, severely affected my hormones. And beforehand, if I gained or lost anything within like 5 to 10 pounds, it affected my body temperature like intensely. Like I would be like freezing if I lost weight, and I'd be incredibly hot if I gained weight, and I didn't need to gain much. So here I am 9 months later, nine, not 9 months, whew, 9 pounds lighter, 3 hours later, and my body has been trying to figure out what in the world to do. For many guys, it's fine. Their body's like, oh, okay, whatever, keep going. Mine, not so much. Okay, it's not like that. So it's just been really difficult because my body, like the hormones keep shifting. And so between that and then I got a birth control implant because I really, truly don't ever want to get pregnant. And everyone's like, well, just use condoms. And it's like, number one, they're not perfect. Number two, I'm accounting for Lord knows what in the world could happen between now or October and 3 years from now. Anything could happen. And number three, in all honesty, the feeling is different. I mean, point blank, like just really seriously. Um, so I'm like, I just don't ever want that risk in any capacity whatsoever. And when I say that I have a birth control implant, then the automatic assumption is people question my sexuality and assume I'm gay. And I'm like, actually, no, that's a different topic, but I'm not gay. So I'm like, and then we get this argument, like, why in the world would you need a birth control implant if you're not gay? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought we were past this, but apparently not. So the birth control implant doesn't have feminizing effects, but it does create irregular bleeding. And I have a history in my family of ovarian problems, uterine problems, hormonal issues, and then that with irregular bleeding, being back at a college that I honestly, truly, honest to whatever deity out there, despise, with a bunch of other random things that keep occurring to me, and stress, which seems to, I guess, adore estrogen. My hormones have literally been out of whack, and even my doctor was like, so I gave her a week, and she actually consulted the person who's been like helping her figure out what the options were. She's the one who been recommended the birth control implant. Um, she's like, you might need to increase the dose for a little while because it'll stop the irregular bleeding of the implant. But the stress management's a little weird. Also, my for the last 3 months, 3 to 4 months, because I got my dose changed back in like the beginning of summer, my changes kind of slowed and then kind of stopped. So my voice hasn't changed much as far as I'm concerned at all in the last like 2 to 3 months. And I was like, what in the world just happened? Like, okay, fine. Actually, I don't think it's changed much in the last 4 or 5 months because she's like, you sound kind of similar to, yeah, you sound pretty similar. And I was like, yeah, the only difference is that I actually have to work extra hard to make myself sound different. And so she's like, yeah, I think between the weight and the stress and then the surgery and the way that your body reacts to literally anything, she's like, it just may be enough to boost your T levels because they're just not there yet. And so exercising will help boost my natural T levels. We'll see what happens in a month or so. I'm changing and working up a whole new nutrition plan for my diet and everything because I really just want to get healthy. I want to lose, um, I personally want to lose 40 to 60 pounds. Um, if I really tried hard, 80, but that's a lot of work. So, 40 to 60 is really like my goal. Which is pretty much my life right now. I really don't have anything else to do, and I'm relatively like bored and alone on campus. Um, you know, so all right, I'll probably be in the gym more, trying these experimental shake things I keep making up in this process and every other random thing that I do. So this has just been my 9 months, 1 month post-op. Pretty cool thing. I might make something else later, but yeah, so I just wanted to let you guys say, hey, I'm still existing. I've just been kind of MIA recently, again, for random reasons. Um, so yeah, well, I will talk to you all later. And ciao. I'm taking French now, so ciao.